mentally or physically for your battle against Sly One specifically?
Just my originality.
Originality?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, you know, we'll be out here watching your battle. We're going to follow up afterwards, but, you know, want to wish you good luck today. How you do, and, you know,
Yo, what's going on? Sly One representing the Scribes of Warfare, Kissimmee, Florida.
Alright, yo, Sly, this is your 4th time here at BRKN International. You're battling Sleepy, tough competitor.
Yeah, he is.
What are you doing to prepare for this battle?
Word. So, I honestly didn't get to train as much as I wanted to. I trained for sure, but had some personal life things get in the way. So I'm coming with more of a gimmicky strategy, I guess you could say. I know he's a hard hitter. He's got strong blow-ups, very powerful moves. Physically speaking, he's very capable, very flexible, so he can do some stuff that's very, very appealing. But he battles hard like me, so unlike the previous battles where I usually come off like war-minded, ready to take your head off and with the mean face, I'm going to try to make him look boring. That's my tactic. My tactic is to come in, just have a lot of character, pull out my moves that have the most character, and my goal is to make him look really boring and tasteless.
Okay, so Sleepy hasn't been featured in a couple of the events.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's an advantage for you?
Both an advantage and disadvantage. I guess I could say that I've become more accustomed to the BRKN International format, which is good. I've got the experience, but at the same time, he's had a lot of time to prepare himself, to come up with new moves, generate them, and I just think he's going to look more fresh when he comes in because you haven't seen him in a while, and you've seen me for just about all the previous ones, so pros and cons to both, I think.
So did today go as you planned?
No, well, I didn't have any concrete expectations. I didn't come in thinking one party was going to win or the other. I was just really excited to battle Sleepy. I think he's one of the toughest dudes in the bracket. And shout out to Sleepy, by the way. I battled the way I battled, but I love that guy, man. Sleepy's the homie. I'm glad I took it. Came hard, and I think we both put our best on the field.
Is there? So you won 2 straight up in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And then Sleepy kind of came back on you. Was there at any point where you were like, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen, or like I'm running out of stamina, or you just felt like you didn't have a strategy, or did you have a strategy the entire time?
Well, I definitely came in with a strategy. As I mentioned earlier, what I had in mind was to try to just capitalize on what I felt he lacked. And that's really what I do with all my opponents. But no, I mean, I made sure from my last battle what I learned was that my stamina was diminishing a little bit. So this time around I made sure that stamina wasn't an issue. So I didn't know where it was going to go because of the way the judging was going. But I'm glad it turned out the way it turned out.
Yeah, those kind of battles are always the hypest. You know?
Yeah, definitely. It was suspenseful. It was suspenseful. Kept me on my toes for sure.
Yeah. So would you say your takeaway from the last few battles that you've done is that stamina is the most important thing for you going into these battles, or is there anything else that stands out to you when you're looking back at the battles that you've already done?
I think stamina is always going to be, that'll remain an ongoing thing that I have to work on. I think that we all have to work on if we are doing 5-round battles, you know. But for me, I think the most important thing for me to do is to keep my style polished and to study my opponents, because I know that I'm not somebody who has the strongest blow-ups. I'm not as heavy in the power department, and some of my opponents are, so I feel like I have to make sure that I am the best version of me and that I know how to capitalize on what my opponents lack. I have to compensate for what I lack, and I think that's the most important thing to keep in the forefront of my thinking when coming into these battles.
All right, Sly One, you are always a favorite.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Look forward to seeing you for the next round.
Subscribe to Warfare. Shout out to Archie. We almost did this together, yo.
Yeah, we out here, bro.